Hi, welcome to Medicine Crow Tarot. Thanks for being here today. This will be a general love and relationship reading for those in separation as it applies to your sun, moon, and rising sign. Since it's a general reading, the energies may not apply equally to everyone, but if it resonates with you, I invite you to like and or subscribe. If it doesn't, please don't try to make it fit, just take what feels right and forget the rest. The energies of this reading may apply to either you or the other person. Also, please keep in mind that these are general energies and are not meant to replace your own personal intuitive knowing when it comes to your own life. Okay, let's start the reading. Hi Leo, welcome to your October 2019 relationship reading for those of you who are in separation. What that means is you're either in a relationship where you're separated from one another for one reason or another, or you are working towards a relationship and have not yet arrived at that level, okay? This isn't for somebody who you're interested in, but they don't know it. This is for someone who you have actually been talking to, okay? All right, let's begin. Let's have a look at the energy of the other person concerning you. Okay, Leo? Okay. And here we have the Five of Cups. So it looks like there is a little bit of, maybe a bit of negative energy there, potentially. Someone who could be looking on the bright side but maybe isn't for one reason or another. This deck has some interesting interpretations. So let's just check. It tends to be a little more optimistic maybe, but I do want to just look and see if there's something unique about this particular interpretation. It says doubts, justified fears, bad presentiments. Presentiments, I guess is the word. Okay, so I guess it's a, it's a glass half empty type of energy. Let's get a little bit more in the headspace and see if we can get a better view of what they're thinking about regarding you and why their energy might be a little bit on that vibe. Alrighty, so right away we have broken heart. So it's possible that this separation is actually recent. If you're in a relationship and that something has happened to create a recent separation, if you are working towards a relationship, then it could be that something has transpired between the two of you that perhaps has given this person a reason, obviously, to have a negative perspective on this situation. Let's take a look at the heart energy real quick, and then we'll see if we can make a little bit more of a picture, a solid picture out of what's happening here. I mean, it could be a recent conversation or even a past experience, something that reminds them of something that like you remind them of something from the past. It could be that if you're not in a relationship yet, you're just working towards it. Something like that. Let's get a better look here. Okay. We've got the card of new life. And this is actually a developing energy. So the heart space, seems to be optimistic, while the mind maybe is dwelling on an energy of the past. if you're currently in a relationship that's in separation, then something has transpired, and it is motivating your partner in how they think about you to perhaps make a change from the way they used to do things. This is like a wake-up call for them, where they're realizing from this movement of separation that something has to change and that they don't want to go forward in this space anymore. If you are working towards a relationship, this could be the type of energy that says, the heart is wanting to move forward, but for whatever reason, they are thinking about failure. My guess is that either you've had conversations that have been difficult, or that there's something from the past that you've reminded them of, or that just you remind them of something from the past that has been difficult for them. And so they definitely have mixed feelings here, but it's always a good sign when the heart is reflecting an optimistic energy for self-development. Let's go a little bit further and look at the relationship itself. What is your person thinking about the relationship? And we got some jump real quick. So 2 cards popped out. The first one is the Knight of Pentacles. It's kind of a slow and steady moves the race, but it's a grounded energy. And it's combined with the Sun. Okay, which is optimistic as well. So what it looks like here is this person's perspective is actually formed from a grounded energy. That's what this Knight of Pentacles represents. It represents them wanting to take a slow approach towards the relationship. Obviously, if it's in separation, things are not going swimmingly. But with the Sun combined with this energy, it shows that they have a fairly healthy outlook on the direction of the relationship. So it doesn't look like they're ready to take off. It looks like they might be trying to think constructively about how to proceed forward in a way that reflects growth, personal growth, or growth as a relationship. So yes, they are a little bit sad over the separation. They're sad over whatever that heartbreak energy is. But with the new life in their heart space, and with their overall energy being a forward, determined energy, a very strong optimism, it's almost like they're sure that everything's going to work out well. They just kind of want to proceed slowly so that they do it more correctly. But let's have a look in their mind to see what the energy of their thoughts is. I guess the energy is about their thoughts. Maybe I'll give a little bit more light on it. Okay. And here we have appreciation. And so I think it reflects back to what I said earlier about something has motivated them to change their perspective. And I feel like in this case, maybe there's been just enough time to bring them around to having an optimistic perspective. Or it could be that there's a contrast. If you're working towards relationship, there's a contrast between who you are and the pain on their mind from whatever is in their recent past, and that gives them an appreciation for the direction the relationship is moving in. And that kind of applies towards the relationship people. If you actually are in a relationship that's in separation, this person could be being motivated by seeing a need for growth and a need for change in their personal space. And appreciation just is in their heart for that realization and for the space that the relationship has actually created for them. to see this change and to make moves towards the change, okay? And I think it's a really good sign that they're going slowly. So let's have a look at their heart space energy and see what's going on there. And here we have Treasure Island. And Treasure Island, it's really a beautiful energy. It goes right in hand with the appreciation card. It's where their perspective is such that they're able to see something that was not quite as obvious from before. It's like receiving a key to appreciate what relationship is in their life in general, and connecting it to the inspiration that you bring to that perspective, okay? And that goes for all of you, whether you're in a relationship or whether you're just working towards the relationship, okay? So your partner is coming from a space of heartbreak, but they're feeling inspired to take a measured approach in moving forward so that they do it the right way this time, so that they can move forward in a new energy that doesn't lead to the same space of difficulty that their past habits and things have been for them. Okay, so let's look and see what this energetic conversation within them is going to lead them towards in general, in terms of how it is expressed. And it looks like here we have the angel of pleasure. It says, take pleasure in the things you do. And so I feel like this is wide variety of things, right? This is a person who, because of this newfound perspective that they've gained, that this new appreciation, their new ability to see a new way of looking at the relationship and at how you've inspired them, I feel like it's allowing them to have a bit of freedom to actually just live life, to experience it in a way that is pleasure. So we do have this up here where they are in a period of consideration in October, trying to, I feel like, give a place of birth to maybe overcome this broken heart, right? This new life represents energy past the energy of pain that's due to whatever this separation was caused by, or whatever in the past caused them to feel this pain. And so this, think of this night, it's slow and steady wins the race, right? And this is like a pleasure ride where they know where they're going, they feel like they'll get there just fine, and they're just not in a rush. And they're gonna take time to smell the roses kind of along the way. And that could be included with you, or it could be on their own. I feel like when you're in separation, maybe that's looking forward to something, but not being too much in the future of looking forward, and not being too much in the past of the broken heart. But rather they're saying, hey, let's just take this one day at a time, and I will fill as needed, okay? So let's have a look at your energy for the month of October, Leo, and see how is this affecting your energy. Okay, we have the King of Swords. So it looks like here there's two possibilities. It could be that you're feeling a bit impatient about it, and you want them to come to knowledge, come to decision, and do the things that are that you feel like they should be doing in the relationship. Whether that means, hey, let's make this into a relationship, or whether that, like, if you're working towards that and they're not moving fast enough for you, that's kind of what this is. And also there's a bit of like, all right, we really need to decide what we're doing. Are we staying together? Are we breaking up for good? Like, if you're in a relationship in separation, that's part of what this energy is doing. But it's also wanting to do the thing that is right. There's a strong element of mature truth. It's just that there isn't a whole lot of mess around energy in that. Okay. And once again, with this deck, I do want to look and see if there's any unique insight real quick for the King of Swords. And I don't need to read it out loud because these are really short, as you can see, and they're doing this as a person, right? So we don't need to look at it that way. We'll just continue on looking at your energy. Let's take an advice card for you so that you will kind of know how to regulate yourself, maybe the energy that you're going to be working in, and how to proceed in the way that is going to be most growth oriented for you personally. Okay, Leo? So this is your advice card for the month of October in 2019. And it says here, the God of spiritual healing. Okay? You can see we've got a divine entity perhaps attached to partner or self and doing some energy work, perhaps some chakra work. And it says, an aspect of you or a situation in your life is in need of healing. And so what this tells me is, I feel like your perspective is probably a little bit heavy on the you're right and they're not perspective. And so what this card is kind of hinting towards is, usually when there's this type of separation where both parties are at least somewhat interested in what is going on and can we make this work, both parties need to do the work, right? If there's any mutual interest at all, even if there is a problem and even if there is separation, these problems are always two-party problems, right? It takes two to tango kind of a thing. So I feel like, Leo, you are really going to have to go within and search for an area you're not familiar with in yourself that you're actually uncomfortable looking at. And that's going to be an area where you're going to want to look to find out how to do that spiritual healing for yourself. Let's see what the guidebook has to say about it. It says, the essence of all healing is ultimately love. A situation in your life or an aspect of you is asking to be healed right now. Regardless of what method, technique, or therapy you choose, true healing, which stems from the spiritual heart of creation, only occurs through love. The God of spiritual healing has appeared in your reading today to send you light and love. Feel the presence of love all around you. Close your eyes and feel the love which automatically radiates from your heart like crystal pink light. Trust in the power of love to heal you and to heal any situation in your life that is in need of healing. Imagine yourself filled with and bathed in crystal pink light. Visualize yourself, your relationships, and all in your life as being healed right now. Remember, the power that made you can also heal you. That power is love. Okay, so Leo, there were a couple of elements that I encourage you to review and maybe do some personal meditation on. One of them is the interesting aspect of visualization. So that's color therapy. It's where you think of colors which have a wavelength. Every color is that color because of its wavelength. And that wavelength can be interpreted by our own energy in a type of way that resonates with an area where we could use healing. Okay, and so the crystal pink light is an area that could resonate with where you need to do healing. And part of where that is love. And maybe that's why your energy is represented here as the King of Swords. He's a very masculine, very stern. He is mature, and his energy is formed by wisdom and by reason, a lot of really good things. But maybe what's missing in balance is love. And so what Spirit, what Universe is saying here is to try to bring more love into your frame of mind, just the way you operate on a daily basis. Try to find things to appreciate every day, especially if you start to feel down. Maybe go on a walk or do something that will put you in an environment that will foster a feeling of love. Go out with friends, spend some quality personal time in nature or reading a good book. Anything that can help foster love in your heart in a way that you're maybe not getting enough of, that's the thing that's going to really help you in October 2019. Okay, Leo? Let's get a light in the darkness card just in case that something you're doing this month triggers you. It feels like there's some dynamic energies at work here between the two of you, and that it is possible that you're the next one to be inspired to change and gain an appreciation. Maybe your partner is the one moving a little bit ahead of you in terms of energetic progress, even though it might not seem to you like that because you are in this great observational energy of the King of Swords. It's time to turn that energy inward maybe. So let's pull a card from the Alana Fairchild Rumi Oracle deck. And I'm showing you this because I want you to Google the website so that you can actually look up the full description of the card. The card that has popped out for you is Star Mother Ericus. Okay. And this is right in theme with the advice card for you. And so it looks like your advice is also your light in the darkness, and that is to really try to connect with the energy of love. Okay. Try to connect the love energy with your higher self so that you're combining the energy of the King of Swords, the wisdom, the thoughtfulness, the awareness, and the interest in truth, which you have right now. Combine that energy with the energy of love with an intention that you can do some self-healing. Okay? Again, it's the Rumi Oracle deck, and I encourage you to look up the full description because there might be something more in there that's a little bit deeper than what we're going to go into here. Okay, Leo, well, I hope that has resonated with you this month. I hope you find something helpful in here. This is, again, October 2019 relationship reading for those of you who are in separation. If you did find this reading resonated with you, I would love to hear read a comment about it, to share what it has helped you with. This is a new channel, so you might be the only comment. Don't be shy. I would love to read it. At any rate, if it has resonated with you, please give it a like, a share, or a subscribe. And I hope to see you again next month at Medicine Crow Tarot. Thanks, Leo.